Listen up. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to the podcast participants, and not to any participant's employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. You know, for fun. So lighten up and enjoy. Oh, Stomping Jen. Are we having fun?
Oh, so much fun.
This is going to be fun. This is the Thanksgiving special.
I'm excited.
We are going to
Gobble,
talk...
gobble.
Oh, geez, you beat me to it, you. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving stuff, and we have two special guests with us, and we're going to hear from them right after the intro music. We have joining us the one and the only Space Unicorn, a legend in the podcast world, and Ted, who has appeared on many podcasts now. He's a podcast wanderer. He goes from podcast to podcast, but we are lucky. We have him here.
Excellent.
As we record for the Thanksgiving special.
Excellent.
Are we ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay.
The Soft Serve Podcast.
Creamy, delicious ideas without the creepy truck. All right, Stomping Jen.
Yes.
It's Thanksgiving week.
Gobble, gobble. I'm just going to keep doing that.
Are you going to do that? Because I'm going to switch over to this sound effect if you're going to keep doing that. Every time you go gobble, gobble,
Gobble, gobble.
I'm going to do this.
That's a much better
Yeah, you like
rendition.
that?
It's better than my trying to replicate a real
This
turkey.
is it. This is our Thanksgiving-themed episode.
I can't believe we're in Thanksgiving.
We have two special guests with us today. We have Space Unicorn. Say hi, Space Unicorn.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
Thanks for taking time away from your busy schedule to join us and talk about Thanksgiving stuff.
By busy, you mean just reading a book?
Is that what you were going to be doing instead of this?
Probably.
Yeah. All right, well, it's good to have you here. I'm glad you could join us. It's been a while.
It's good to be here.
Okay. And Ted, of course. Hello, Ted.
Hello.
Welcome to the Soft Serve Podcast, Ted.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. It's good to have you here.
Here again.
Yeah. So it's Thanksgiving week, Stomping Jen. We've said that now. And what do we want to say? Gobble, gobble. Well, I mean, first of all, right, we're opening the show, so we want to thank all of our fans, our listeners, and just ask them, if you're not, please subscribe, download our episodes. Most importantly, what?
Share with a friend.
Always share with a friend, right?
Always.
It's important to spread the word about the Soft Serve Podcast.
Spread the good word.
Right? Spread the good word. And by sharing, you're giving us thanks in a way.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So,
but not only that, you're giving the exciting world of the Soft Serve Podcast and all of its exciting guests that we've had this past year and beyond.
Yeah, so...
And they thank you, too, for listening.
Well, we're going to play some thanks from our fans later in the show.
Oh, excellent.
We got about 15 messages from people. See, we are really stepping up in the world. Space Unicorn, we now have a voicemail hotline that people can call into and leave messages.
Oh, really?
What do you think about that?
That's interesting, I guess.
Yeah, what's interesting about it?
I don't know.
Well, we're going to hear some of those messages, okay, in a little bit. That's going to be part of what we do here on our Thanksgiving episode.
Gobble, gobble.
Oh,
Thank you. You got beat to the gobble gobble, Stomping Jen.
Gobble.
We can augment your gobbling with actual turkey sounds.
I see your gobble gobble and I raise you.
Mine? I'll raise you a gobble gobble every time you gobble gobble.
How about we just kill a turkey? Gobble gobble.
All right, so let's before we get into Thanksgiving related content. It's been a while since Stomping Jen and I have given updates on our lives, news
updates.
Yeah, and it's been a while since I've been able to play this bumper.
Oh, he's gonna do it! You played the bumper. A lovely scream.
Yeah.
Oh, how I've missed it.
The news bumper.
The news
right?
bumper.
Everyone's missed the news bumper.
Gobble, gobble.
Well, Stomping Jen, there's not much going on in my life except my recent obsession with curtains. Mm-hmm. Can you attest to this?
Yes, it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, I have a confession to make. This morning, Space Unicorn, Ted, I bought 3 more curtains.
Oh my God, why?
There are...
For where?
And I have plans for a 4th curtain.
Yeah, Soonya's going to quit his job and just start a drapery.
One at a time, please. Ted, go ahead.
Soonya's going to quit your job and start a drapery.
Where are you putting the curtains?
Okay, so we have a room...
Oh my God.
A 4-season porch that we've been finishing. And Stomping Jen, despite your advice that I not do so, I purchased curtains for the large set of doors that lead into the 4-season porch.
I don't know why. Why? It doesn't need it. It's
in case,
a door.
No, in case privacy is required by anyone in that room.
Nobody uses that room.
That's not true. Space Unicorn, you use that room,
She
don't you?
doesn't touch the curtains.
I do use that room.
But do you touch the curtains?
Well, the other curtains are like on the outside. They're like shades, but it would be nice to have curtains inside.
Yeah, and we're going to have a guest staying in that room shortly, and I feel they might value the additional privacy these curtains will provide.
We'll see.
Anyways, so I've purchased 2 curtains for that door, and I have
2 for 1 door?
Well, I've also purchased a curtain to cover the window on the doorway to the outside to the yard. Because any old peeping Tom could come by and just peer into that window and see what's happening. We can't have that, can we, Space Unicorn?
Too many.
We cannot.
Too many curtains.
Ted, what are your thoughts on the status of curtains?
Well, they're good insulators. That's one of the benefits of having a curtain. And the drawbacks is they don't let in as much natural light, which some people find appealing.
No, there are no drawbacks. There are only benefits. Only benefits to my purchasing of curtains.
Curtains?
Jen. Go ahead, Space Unicorn.
I believe that we should get some curtains for our pod studio.
Oh, you know what? Fantastic idea.
No,
I
already nixed that idea, and we already have blinds here.
I will be adding 2 more curtains to the purchase order, Space Unicorn.
Don't need so many curtains.
I think you should just make it 3 just in case,
Oh my God.
No, make it 101.
Oh
knock
my God.
down the door and put a curtain in the door frame.
All right, remember, so that's the big news.
Yeah,
in
why
my
didn't
world.
you just put curtain rod across the room? We needed room dividers. You could have just put a giant shower curtain between the 2 of us.
I might add curtains to this room now that you said that. So that will make
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3.
That'll be good sound insulation.
4, 5, 6, 7 more curtains.
7 more curtains.
All right, so that's what's new in my world.
Happy Hanukkah.
And Stomping Jen, you also mentioned these room dividers. This has been a project I've been working on for weeks now. We share a workspace, Stomping Jen.
I think by the time you finish the room dividers, the pandemic will be over.
It might be. But they'll be finished within 2 weeks. I just have to let the stain dry.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so that's my news. That's the big news in my world. Stomping Jen, do you have any news
Let's see.
in your world that you want to share with us? Please, go ahead. People want to know what's new with you.
What is new with me? I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking forward to...
You've been doing a lot of fitness tracking. That's new.
Well, is it? I've
Kind
always
of.
done fitness.
You're kind of obsessed with this fitness tracking now.
I don't think that I'm obsessed.
Space Unicorn, do you have any
Sounds like
thoughts?
what an obsessed person would say.
Okay. Remember, one at a time, please. And look at me if you want to speak and raise your hand.
Okay.
I'll call on you.
Who thinks I'm obsessed with this?
Space Unicorn. Go ahead. Comments?
You're pretty obsessed.
How so?
I mean, like, whenever I'm on a break, you're just like, all right, we're going for a walk. No questions. Come on, out the door.
I didn't close my move ring.
Okay. Number one, I will address one at a time. We are remote learning here in the house. We are working out of this house. And so it's healthy to get out of the house and move our bodies. I don't think that makes me obsessed. I
agree with all of what you said.
I think that makes me going a little stir crazy and want to get out of the house.
But I think you should want to go out and move your body just for the sake of moving your body.
I do.
You're obsessed with closing these rings on your watch.
No.
You have the Apple Watch.
Yes.
And you have these rings.
I am not obsessed with closing my rings.
Admit it, you've entered into competitions with people.
I've not entered into a single competition with a
Lies.
single person. I will say that the watch itself gives you monthly challenges. So my November challenge was to close my exercise ring 26 days. Now there's only 30 days in November. So that means I only get 4 days where I'm not supposed to close my exercise ring. Now, these are very attainable goals because it's only a half an hour of exercise.
Is anybody buying this?
All right. Fitness guru, you should start your own gym then.
I don't think that this is so crazy, number one.
Give everyone free Apple
Number
Watch.
two, I will also say that I just wolfed down ice cream and cookies. So
why are you so obsessed with closing your move ring?
So that I can negate the effects of the ice cream and the cookies.
Space Unicorn, do you think she's obsessed?
Didn't we just come to this question?
Did you answer it?
I did.
What was your answer?
They both did. They both said I was obsessed.
Yes, okay. I just want to make sure.
All
Say
right.
it again, louder.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
All right, what else is going
what else
on in
is
your
new?
world besides your fitness tracking obsession? Please, go on.
So it is coming up on the holiday season, and there is a new Facebook group that somebody started called Buy Local 413. And it is a Facebook group for people who do things locally, like local artisans and businesses and crafts.
Is Amazon part of that?
No, it's like the opposite. It's like, don't support Amazon this holiday season. Support local artists and people and try to buy as many gifts as possible locally. Anyways, I was very excited about this Facebook group because there are some amazing creative people who live around us. And it is all like a repository for all of these people. And I'm very excited I bought some art.
So you have already identified gifts to purchase on this site? Mm-hmm. Were any of those gifts for me?
There might be some gifts coming for you.
They're not all for me?
Keyword might. I wouldn't get your hopes up.
So when I say art, it's art for all four of us.
I would like all of the gifts, Space Unicorn. Go ahead, please.
Did you get me a portrait of a unicorn flying through space, or is that or is that not?
Why do you want a portrait of yourself?
Would you like a portrait of your namesake, a space unicorn?
Is that on your Hanukkah
I mean,
list?
like...
Seems kind of narcissistic.
Go ahead, please.
Not really, but... it would be pretty awesome. I think we all know that.
Well, you're pretty awesome, and a representation of your namesake would be awesome. So, Space Unicorn, maybe that dream will come true. Oh, please, go ahead. You have more to say.
Maybe we should get you a picture of a tooth being sawed in half.
For Sawtooth Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that, please.
It needs to be the guy holding the saw needs to be named Frank, though. It's one of the conditions.
Interesting.
Well, if we're gonna get a portrait of your namesake,
we're gonna have Ted.
Hyper.
It's just gonna be like a face, Ted.
Or it could be a teddy bear.
Anyways, I'm very excited about this new group. So I put out to the universe that if anybody's interested in being interviewed on the Soft Serve podcast and talk about what exciting creative stuff that they're doing, and we got a couple people who are interested in talking to us. So that'll be upcoming.
That's awesome.
Very excited about that.
Ted, let's go to you. Do you have any news for us? Please.
I mean, I feel like I couldn't talk about the actual news without upsetting some people.
What's going on in your life? This is news about you. What's new?
Ted news.
My life also kind of encompasses what's happening in the real world at the moment as well. So
okay, you have a minute to tell us about your news. What is it?
It's going to be a very long minute of silence then.
All right. So it sounds like he has nothing to report.
All right. Ted has no news for us. Thank you, Ted. Space Unicorn. What is going on in the world of Space Unicorn?
Well, there are a lot of unicorns flying around in space, but other than that, I guess I'm just trying to survive through this pandemic.
Yeah.
And on online school.
I was going to say you're Ted and Space Unicorn. You're both fully remote learning. Is that correct?
Yes, that is true.
Space Unicorn, since it's your segment at the moment, tell us your thoughts about this online learning.
Personally, I think it's safer instead of going into school and risking possibly bringing home coronavirus and possibly infecting your family and possibly spreading it to other people, and the cycle continues. I think it's one of the safer ways because you're not in person with any of the people and you can learn safely.
Okay, so are you enjoying it? Are you having an okay time?
I mean, I don't really have any preference about it. I mean, it's just different.
You'd rather be in person, though, I take it. Okay.
But it's the safest thing for me to do right now.
Okay, thank you, Space Unicorn. Any other news?
Well, there's a podcat on the table.
Yeah, we do have the podcat Dagger has leaped up onto the table, and he's rubbing his tail on Stomping Jen's microphone. Although I wouldn't put that in the category of news about your life.
I think it's pretty great news.
Okay, well, we'll file that under news in Space Unicorn's life then. Ted, did you have any reflections about online learning you wanted to share?
Well, I feel like it can be harder for a lot of students with the lack of availability for something like one-on-one learning with teachers for any certain amount of time.
What about for a student named Ted? You specifically. Okay, so what are your thoughts about your experience with online learning?
I'm not struggling with it, but I do feel some demotivation.
What do you feel is demotivating you? Like why do you feel demotivated? Have you thought about that? It can be
difficult to be challenged by the work because it's hard for them to. It's hard for a lot of teachers to be able to give kind of like personalized work or like extra work because they've already got their plate full with a lot of the online resources, and so it becomes like demotivational when a lot of your work doesn't feel very challenging, or you're not really enjoying yourself, just sitting there listening, right? You're not really talking as much, which is why some of my classes have taken a route where they have some time for people to just talk. Especially in my class where we learn other languages, we just talk. Usually instead of just doing just.
All right, but it sounds like you would both rather be in person. And are looking forward to the end of this pandemic.
I could go on a very long tangent.
Okay, well, this is not the long tangent episode. This is the Thanksgiving episode.
I completely forgot what we were doing.
Okay, so we'll move along to that. Thank you for the news updates. I appreciate hearing what's going on in your lives. And Stomping Jen, you mentioned soliciting some interest in appearing on our podcast. And I'm excited to say, in terms of news, things are looking up. I mean, we're booking out into February at this point.
It's very exciting.
We're recording this in November.
Mm-hmm.
So that is exciting news for sure. And I'm distracted by this podcat, which appears
I could try to get him down.
to be chewing on a wire of some kind.
It's not chewing on the wire, you're just sniffing on the metal bracket.
And I'm definitely not thankful for that. I'm going to try to push him away. So let's move along to talking about Thanksgiving, which is coming up in just a few days, right?
I don't really know.
Today we're recording this on Sunday, November 22nd. And when is Thanksgiving?
Thursday,
right. Does anyone know the date?
It's like the 22nd right
26th.
26th?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm so off.
Today is the 22nd.
No, I just said that. I thought you said the 26th.
Thursday
Okay.
will be the 26th.
Okay.
And what are we planning for Thanksgiving? Who is coming to visit us? What were we planning to do? Our plans have changed recently. Did you know that?
Yes, I'm aware the
Yes.
plans have changed.
Okay, Space Unicorn, why don't you tell us? What were we originally planning to do for Thanksgiving?
originally we were going to invite my uncle and my grandfather up for Thanksgiving to have a big feast and everything. But my grandfather lives down in Florida, and things are looking really bad there.
Right. Things are looking really bad here, too.
Everywhere.
Everywhere in general. So we actually had to disinvite him.
Well, I wouldn't quite put it that way. I think what Stomping Jen and your uncle did, her brother, was have a conversation with Grandpa about the safety of traveling during this pandemic.
Yeah. So,
Stomping Jen, is that accurate?
That is accurate.
So
Also, to clarify, our uncle is also quarantining and getting tested. So, yeah.
So how did those were our original plans, right? So where did we end up? Who's coming?
just our uncle.
Yeah.
And we're going to end up having a Thanksgiving feast of turkey, stuffing, candied yams, Brussels sprouts, and
pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie, sugar cookies,
What else?
chocolate pie.
It sounds like this meal so far is mostly pies and cookies.
Yes, pies
I'll
and
be
cookies.
honest, the
Pies and
only two
cookies.
food items I heard the names of were stuffing and pumpkin pie.
Is that what you're looking forward to,
Yes.
Ted? You like stuffing?
Yeah, it's like bread but with cranberries and stuff in it. Why wouldn't you like it?
Newsflash: there's not going to be any cranberries.
Okay. Oh, not this time.
Yeah, I mean, I
Do
can
you
think
want
of
me to put cranberries?
I
in
can
this
think
stuff?
of lots of reasons why somebody might not like stuffing, but that's neither here nor there. You're looking forward to stuffing. We will have stuffing.
Gobble.
Space Unicorn, what are you
That
looking
was
forward to?
irrelevant.
Space
I'm looking forward to seeing my family. Yeah. And eating food.
Yeah. Now, will we have some kind of Skype or Zoom session with those who we cannot be with in person?
Most likely.
Ted, do you have thoughts about that?
Oh, well, it hasn't been discussed with me or Space Unicorn. So, maybe it would have been a good idea to inform us before the podcast so we can reflect on this and have things to say.
Do you think we should have a Skype or Zoom session with those who cannot be with us? What are your thoughts?
I think we should, but I think it might be hard to organize, so...
Stomping Jen, what are your thoughts? Please.
I think that's a great idea. And in fact, we did discuss it on our last birthday call with half of our family. And I think we also did discuss it with Grandpa when he decided to cancel his reservation.
Yeah.
So I think that's in the works. We just have to pick the best time that works for everybody. Not so hard to organize because nobody's going anywhere in our family.
Here, What do you mean nobody's going anywhere?
Everybody will be celebrating at home.
You sounded a bit ominous.
I mean, your brother is traveling here.
Yeah, he will be here.
He's going somewhere.
Right.
But do you mean once everyone is here in our location, nobody is going anywhere?
Correct.
Will you be exercising during Thanksgiving?
I will, because our amazing friend Lisa Stahl is offering total turkey toning that morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this, we interviewed Lisa Stahl back in the spring. So look back through our podcast archive. Somewhere, was it in March or April, we talked to Lisa?
We did talk to Lisa.
Yeah, about all the great work she's doing with remote fitness classes.
It's true.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Lisa, that's for you. Now, a dilemma I face every year when I'm contemplating how to prepare the Thanksgiving turkey Space Unicorn is whether I should brine or not brine the bird. Do you know what that means?
Not necessarily.
Okay, that's when you take the turkey, okay, and you soak it in a big bucket of salt water.
And other spices, right?
And other spices overnight to make sure that it stays as juicy as possible. Go ahead.
Brine it.
Brine.
Brine it.
Ted, what do you think? Should I brine or not brine?
Well, you've brined it before. I know last year you did not brine it.
No, I did brine
did
last
brine
year.
it?
Yes,
Oh, right.
absolutely.
Well, I know it can be a lot of work to get the turkey in the bucket, and you can, yeah.
Yeah, Ma. Put the turkey in the bucket.
You gotta put the turkey in the bucket. Hold on, we might have some music for this.
Oh, no.
Ted. Yeah.
You can play the farmyard.
Yep, here we go.
Put the turkey in the bucket.
Take the turkey and you stick it in the bucket. Make sure you salt it good. Put in spices like you should. You can put cinnamon and cloves. You can put anything that you want. Just make sure you're wearing clothes. Brine that turkey in the bucket, friend. Brine that turkey all night. You gotta brine for at least 12 hours. The turkey will come out right.
I did see a
Yeah.
brining kit in our cabinet that's been there for a while. Are you going to use that?
Yes, it has the requisite spices
Oh,
for
perfect.
brining. Space Unicorn, please.
Can you put extra salt in it?
No. You want to put just the right amount of salt in it. Okay, so the consensus here is that I should brine.
Yeah.
Whichever's easiest.
Okay. Stomping Jen, do you have any input on that?
Yeah, I think you should do the thing that you normally do. It always comes out delicious.
Okay. Now, sides were discussed. Somebody said Brussels sprouts.
And we ate them tonight.
We did, but are we going to get more?
Maybe.
Okay.
We're going to have mashed potatoes.
Wait, I thought Space Unicorn said candied yams.
There was some discussion about candied yams.
Okay.
I have to look up a recipe for that.
All right.
We can do it. I think
All
it's
right.
marshmallows.
That's
right?
a lot of
And brown
sugar, though. It seems like there's going to be a lot of pies.
There is
That
gonna
sounds
be a lot of
disgusting, to be honest. Marshmallows, I've never heard of that.
You never heard of a marshmallow?
No,
Let me
candied
introduce you.
yam.
That's what you put in the candy part of the candied yams.
Thought they just like caramelized them.
No. It always includes some marshmallow.
I think we should make it just to see Ted try them.
I'll be honest, I haven't tried many holiday exclusive foods.
And we'll only give him candied yams for dinner.
That's right.
We will shape a turkey out of candy yams.
Just for him.
You have to get a lot of candied yams.
You know how they have a tofurkey? Mm-hmm. Let's make a candied yam turkey.
Tofurkey.
Yeah, we'll just shape a giant turkey.
Let's get a
A
mold.
yerky?
Let's get a mold.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so, okay, I'm going to brine. We discussed some dishes. Anything else about the meal we need to think about?
I have the cranberry sauce in a can, the requisite jellied variety. No homemade cranberry sauce here.
I like whole berry cranberry sauce. Why can't we have that? Why do we have to have jelly?
If you want to make whole berry cranberry sauce, be my guest.
You can make it compote.
I'll let you two figure that out.
I prefer the jelly.
You prefer the jelly? Why?
Have you ever tried the whole berry?
This is coming from somebody who won't even eat jelly on their peanut butter sandwiches. Don't you dare try to tell me you...
I mean, one year we got this cranberry stuff, the cranberry sauce, quotation marks, and it was Jell-O.
Yeah, okay. That's what we're talking about. Cranberry sauce.
All right.
Comes in a can.
How do they make that? Do they mix it with gelatin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now we'll have to be extra careful. We do have a dog. We can't let the dog get a hold of any turkey.
That's right.
Turkey is poisonous for dogs, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I gave you a bit of homework to do to appear on this podcast, Space Unicorn and Ted, and it was to list the things that you're thankful for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think now is the time to hear from you about what you're thankful for. Okay, who wants to go first? Space Unicorn, I appreciate your enthusiasm
Thanks,
and
saving the best for last.
Willingness to jump right in on this. Okay.
All right.
Now, would you like me to play some Thanksgiving music as you read?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Well, I'm thankful for food.
Okay, hold on. You got to get a little closer to that mic and talk into the mic.
Well, I'm thankful for food, water, shelter, family, the podcast, of course. Friends, life, and death, because it's a part of life.
Oh, God. What?
All right.
It's her list.
Let's go a little bit slower. Start from the top again. I want to hear this again. Okay, one at a time.
I'm thankful for food, water, shelter, family, the podcast, friends, life, death. Because it's part of life, so, and all of the listeners.
Okay.
And the podcasts and dog.
The podcats? Our cats. You're thankful for our cats.
And the dog.
And the dog. Okay. That was a good list. Thank you.
Is that the whole list?
Yeah, it's 10 things.
Okay. All right. Ted, do you want to go?
Took a bit of a morbid turn at the
Well,
end.
actually, let's go to Stomping Jen. Let's mix it up.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Stomping Jen. Let's hear your list.
This is not
please.
in any order. I just wrote my list. You can play a list bumper.
This is the Thanksgiving list. It doesn't deserve
Thank
a
goodness.
bumper.
All right.
Yeah.
I am thankful for cozy blankets and warm fire and tea.
That's it.
Does each one of those things count separately, or is that...
No, that was one.
That was one thing. So cozy blankets,
Yeah.
warm fire, and tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am thankful for my health. Something that we talked about extensively earlier.
It's all that fitness tracking is making you healthy.
Going outside.
You're thankful for going outside?
I'm thankful we're able to get outside and that we live in this area where there's so much to do outside that we never took advantage of. I'm thankful for baked goods.
Huh.
And friends who share their baked goods with us. I'm thankful for curbside pickup.
Oh. I like curbside pickup.
Curbside pickup is awesome. I'm thankful for local artists.
Yeah.
I am thankful for music. Always thankful for music.
Mm-hmm.
I am thankful for employment. We're both employed.
Yeah.
And I am thankful for good friends. I have some good tribes going, and I'm very thankful for all of them. And I am, of course, thankful for my family, Space Unicorn, Ted, and especially Sawtooth Frank.
Oh, that's sweet. Especially me?
Especially.
Okay. That was a very good list.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. It doesn't seem like that was last minute at all. It seems like you put a lot of thought into that, so I appreciate that.
I thought about it for a couple of hours, and I just had to write it down.
Okay. Space Unicorn, Ted, any reactions about Stomping Jen's list? Anything you want to say to her after hearing her list?
It was a well put together list.
Okay.
I have to give you that.
Okay, Ted.
Sorry, I'm a bit distracted by the music.
Okay, any thoughts about Stomping Jen's list?
Yeah. The first one, that was
Warm fires,
yeah, I feel
blankets,
like those are less enjoyed during the summer months. So I wonder if Thanksgiving was happening during summer, if that would still be on your list.
I'm always thankful for cozy blankets.
All right.
Okay. All right, Ted, it's your turn. Let's hear from you.
Saving the best for second to last.
Yep, and let's read the list slowly and clearly and one item at a time. Whenever you're ready, please.
That's the only way I read. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm thankful for family. Mm-hmm. Thankful for friends.
Okay.
I'm thankful for a home.
Okay.
Thankful for food. I'm thankful for holidays. I'm thankful for school. Thankful for electricity. It's pretty useful. Thankful that I'm alive. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be on this podcast.
Oh.
And I'm especially thankful that you did not drop a frozen turkey on your foot this year.
Oh, God, yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, Ted. Last night, I was tasked with transporting the turkey from the freezer into the house, from the freezer in the garage. And right before I went out to do this, I said to Ted, wish me luck. I hope I don't drop it on my foot. Because one year, Stomping Jen, I don't know if you remember this, I was carrying a frozen turkey.
20 pounds.
20-pound turkey in from the garage, and it was in a paper bag. And it crashed through the paper bag and slammed onto my foot and shattered my little toe. It was
not fun.
One of the... Do you remember this, Ted?
Yeah, I remember you were icing your foot for like a month. Yeah. It was terrible.
It was one of the single worst incidents of pain I've ever had. I almost fainted from it.
Well, thank God you didn't.
Yeah, I'm happy to report, Space Unicorn, that turkeys were not dropped and foots were not shattered.
That's great.
All right, well, you brought that turkey in pretty late last night.
Yeah. And I'll say, I am impressed that... First of all, I need to ask, were any of you coached in the drafting of your lists?
Oh, no.
So I didn't give you any advice, Space Unicorn?
No.
Ted?
No, I just started writing.
Stomping Jen?
You totally coached me.
Liar.
You told me to go write a list, and I wrote a list.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That was all instructions that we received.
Yeah, I think it's impressive that you all remembered to thank the Soft Serve podcast.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said the podcast.
Oh, wait.
No.
Well, you're a local artist, so, you know.
You did say the podcast. You absolutely said that.
Sawtooth.
Give me that list, you think. Let me see it.
Hey, Sawtooth.
It doesn't say the podcast.
I never said the podcast.
It's a garbage list.
Oh my God. What did you do?
You get the worst list, right?
Let's hear
Let's hear
fantastic
yours.
list.
All right, you ready?
Let's hear yours, Mr. Podcast list.
All right, I'm going to read it in reverse order, okay?
From speak backwards, guys.
Least important to most important as I was writing this, okay? All right, number 10 is I'm thankful for TV.
That should be number one.
I didn't laugh at your lists. This is a mutiny. I will not stand for it.
A mutiny? You gave us a command?
All right, now listen.
No, TV's really good.
There's so much good TV on now, right? I mean, we're watching what? We're watching The Mandalorian with this Baby Yoda on it is awesome.
Baby, you do.
We're watching Star Trek Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
We just finished watching all the Terminators.
Yep.
British baking show.
All the good Terminators, anyway.
Ready, set, break. Yep, we like that show. Okay, so TV. I feel like we're in a renaissance of good TV right now, and I'm really enjoying all of the TV. I am really thankful and grateful for this podcast, believe it or not. Mostly because I get to spend a little bit of time every week with Stomping Jen, one of my favorite people, talk to her. But also, I've met so many great, wonderful people who have appeared on our podcast since we started having more guests. They've graciously shared their time with us, Space Unicorn, and we've got to meet some incredible people and have some really interesting conversations with them.
It's true.
Right? There's so many amazing people living right here in our backyard.
And beyond.
And beyond. And the fans and just the opportunity to connect with people and to be able to share something with the world. So I'm feeling thankful for the opportunity to be able to do that. So I'm thankful for all the projects I've been able to work on since the pandemic started. I know that's a little weird, but
it's not weird.
We converted that unused sun porch into like a 4-season room, and my room dividers, all the curtains I'm putting up left and right.
The curtain should be number 1 on your list.
Oh, don't forget there was the shelf obsession earlier this year.
Shelves.
Oh, there are going to be more shelves. I'm already scoping out empty wall space for shelves.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's next? Keys?
Yep. So let's see. I'm thankful and grateful that there's a vaccine coming for this COVID. Part of me, I'm not necessarily looking forward to returning to all aspects of normal life, like having to go into an office every day. I am looking forward to
seeing friends and family,
being in meet space with people. I'm thankful that Biden is the president-elect.
Oh, that's a good one.
And that he won the election.
So we're allowed to talk about politics now?
Why?
Okay.
We weren't ever... It's not a moratorium.
Yep. I am thankful for employment, Stomping Jen.
Oh, we both had that.
Yep. I am thankful for health, food.
We both had that, too.
Health, food, and shelter.
Shelter.
Yep. I am thankful for all of the extra time we have got to spend together.
So much extra time.
Over this last year.
I'm...
Right? Mm-hmm. And finally, and most importantly, I am thankful for family.
Aw.
My second family that I haven't seen in a year. I really miss them. No. I'm kidding, Space Unicorn.
Asbury. Where's Asbury's list? What do you think that would be consisting of?
Well, let's see. Squirrels.
Squirrels.
Food.
Yeah.
Food.
Treats.
Food.
Treats.
Food.
Walks.
Food.
She's been getting a lot of exercise.
She has. So family is
you an exercise.
Family is number 1. So now I was just looking over at Ted, and I was going to yell at him to talk into the microphone. He's talking into the wrong end of the microphone.
Yeah, 'cause for some reason my microphone's not facing me.
You can move it.
Your microphone, nope.
No.
Your microphone, there you go. You talk into that part of it. Okay.
Yes. By the way, my microphone is horizontal.
So just
It's
pull it.
supposed to be.
Pull it a little closer to you by the base. Slide it towards you. Go ahead. Just pull it. Go ahead. More.
Keep going.
Yeah.
To the edge of the table, like Space Unicorn says. Okay. There you go.
All right.
All right. Good boy. You got it. Okay.
Your instructions
Good
were
dog.
unclear.
Good boy.
Good dog.
Good boy. Gobble, gobble.
Okay. I'm not going to cut that out of this because that was amusing. Because you notice I no longer yell at Stomping Jen for her microphone technique. I've got to
Someone
yell
yelled at you.
Gobble, gobble.
I've got to yell at somebody. Okay. Those were the...
Oh my god, end it, please.
those were the lists. So, Space Unicorn. I noticed you were yawning. Do you want to leave?
No.
Do you want to stay on for the rest of this?
I mean, I'll leave when I want to leave.
Okay.
I'll leave when I want to leave.
I think the next thing we want to do is play...
I'm excited for these.
Our messages that we got from our listeners.
Gratitudes.
We ready to hear this?
I'm excited.
Okay. All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. We'll see how this goes. Remember, we're doing a kind of a high wire act here. We've never done this before.
These better all be about me.
Okay. I've got the first one queued up, and we just said, I haven't listened to any of these.
Oh, no.
So we just said to people,
Send in your gratitude.
yeah, leave a message. Okay. So we're going to do that. Let me get this piped up. Should I kill the music?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank
All right.
you.
Okay, so let's listen to this one. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me hit play.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanksgiving came up kind of fast this year, considering what a crazy year it's been. Thank you, Soft Serve Podcast, for such a wonderful interview. I would address you guys by name, but I understand you prefer nicknames. I can barely remember people's given names, so you'll have to forgive me for Thanksgiving as I thank you for Thanksgiving for an awesome interview. Deep questions, exploration of the mind, heart, and soul. Riveting, at least from my end. I'm sure it was boring when I was your guest from the audience's end, but thanks for not deleting the episode from the archives. By the way, this is Eric Shapiro, author of Red Dennis, old friend, hopefully a dear friend. You guys are certainly dear friends of mine. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, that was sweet.
That was sweet.
So that was author and director Eric Shapiro. His most recent book that he's promoting right now is out there, Red Dennis. Get a copy.
That's true. We have a copy.
Yep, we have a copy. Okay? That was Eric Shapiro.
Sounds like it would have been published during the Cold War.
Yep.
Red Dennis.
An actual movie director and author, Space Unicorn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, do we want to listen to the next one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I don't know who this is.
It's exciting.
Okay, we ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. This one's 31 seconds. Let's listen.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hey, listeners, this is Scott M. Graves, host of SMG's Are We Here Yet podcast.
Oh.
I'm so very grateful for my family, for funky music, for the clean air and water, and of course, for Sawtooth Frank and Stomping Jen and the Soft Serve podcast. Remember to create the right instead of avenging the wrong. Happy Thanksgiving.
That was good.
Thank you,
Thank you, Scott.
M. Graves.
Scott M. Graves, host
Scott
of
M. Graves.
the Are We Here Yet podcast.
Yeah.
Check that out, which we have appeared on Stomping
It's
Jen
true.
as
We
guests.
have. We
and
have.
Scott has appeared on our podcast. And also Scott's On the Rocks Politica is another podcast that Scott M. Graves has. So thank you, Scott. Good to hear from you. Thanks for the nice Thanksgiving message. All right. I see this next person we all know, and another guest, and also a friend. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, this is Johanna, and I am grateful for the people in my community who spend a lot of time working to get people excited about the community and making it a better place, and sharing those achievements and those accomplishments and those projects with others. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Johanna.
That was awesome.
you.
Thank you,
That
Johanna.
was awesome.
Thank you.
I like the community focus
That was good.
in that message. And Johanna, we did talk to Johanna.
We did. We
Yes.
interviewed her and Michael Chinnick.
Yes, about
Mental health during the pandemic.
mental health during the pandemic. So thanks for being a great friend and for appearing on the podcast. Mostly for appearing on the podcast.
I have a whole idea for a shelf now and a wall.
No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Johanna. We love you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So let's hear this one. I have no idea who this next one is from. It's 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Excellent.
Okay, let's hear it.
Hello, Sawtooth and Stomping Jen. This is Joshua Michael Stewart here. I am calling to show my gratitude for the season, and what better way to do it than through a poem. This is a new poem of mine called November Praise. The smell of ferns and understory after rain. The tick-tick of stove, flame under kettle. Bing Crosby and not just the Christmas records. Cooking meat slowly off the bone. And every kind of soup and stew. To come this close to nostalgia, but go no further. Leaving behind the boy who wore loneliness like boots too big for his feet. That time of evening when everything turns blue in moonlight. When darkness has yet to consume all for itself.
Wow, he just left it there.
Did he?
That was an amazing poem.
That
was beautiful.
Thank you. Did you know that Joshua Michael Stewart, he hasn't agreed to this, but I consider him the official poet of the Soft Serve podcast.
Is he our poet laureate?
He is. And someday he will be poet laureate. I believe it.
He's amazing.
He is amazing. You like that, Space Unicorn?
It's really awesome.
Yeah, good. Ted, did you have any thoughts?
It was a poem.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you, Joshua Michael Stewart.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for being a friend to the podcast, for your multiple appearances here, for writing the Shivering Jim song. Mm-hmm. Right? Everyone knows that song. So thanks, Josh. We really appreciate you. All right, this next one, here we go. Let's listen to this one. Okay.
Serve, this is Josh, and I just want to call in and express some gratitude and some thankfulness in such a crazy-ass year. So, first of all, I'm thankful for procrastination because it is Friday and this is my deadline for leaving this message. Second, obviously, I am thankful for my family and my children. It's amazing. And, I'm also thankful for all the wonderful, beautiful people in this world that keep on fighting that good fight. And finally, I'm thankful for you guys for doing what you do, and hopefully, we can keep it all up. Thank you much, and have a wonderful year. Bye.
Thank you, Josh. That's Josh Sahoza, who is the owner of the Black Labyrinth Tattoo Syndicate in East Hampton, Massachusetts. And we talked to Josh, Space Unicorn, and Ted on one of our podcast episodes. Josh and some other partners in East Hampton were setting up a fund to help struggling businesses.
The Purple Flame Mutual Aid. I think they're still collecting money.
Yes, so
especially during the holiday season.
So Josh is somebody who cares about his community and is doing a lot of work to help it survive this pandemic. So check that out. It's the Purple Flame Mutual Aid Network. Check that out. And you can go back and listen to our podcast episode with Josh. Thanks so much, Josh. It was really great hearing from you, and thanks for taking the time to do that. This next one got cut off a little bit. I'm aware of. I communicated with this person. But I think it's worth listening to what they were able to leave. So we'll go ahead and we'll listen here. Okay, here we go.
Hey, this is Juicy D, and I am calling to say that I am super thankful.
That's Juicy D, Stomping Jen, in case you didn't catch it. Okay.
Thank you.
And Juicy will be appearing on a future episode soon.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Things. I'm super thankful for my community and really being able to deepen ties with them even during this pandemic where we're all staying home. I've met a bunch of really great folks virtually or in person at protests that have really made me sort of believe and hope again in ways that I sort of hadn't in a while. I've also been able to form, I think, better, stronger bonds with friends. See some family that I hadn't in a while through virtual sessions. And
Well,
that was the end.
Yeah, Juicy got cut off, but what we did hear there was that Juicy D's grateful for his community, and he met a lot of people through protests and his friends. And thanks Juicy for calling in and leaving that message.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's listen to this next one. Okay, I don't know who this one's from. This is exciting. I feel a little nervous because Space Unicorn and Ted are here. We don't know what we're going to hear.
It's true.
All right. So far, so good, right, guys?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
A lot of really nice messages. Okay, here we go.
Hello. I just wanted to call and say how grateful I am for all the people in my life who have made this time a little more manageable, whether it be my parents, my children, my husband, all my friends who I have open communication with on text messaging, and even the people who take my virtual fitness classes and my clients who have stuck with me since I started training and teaching out of my home. They bring a smile to my face and bring me a lot of hope and joy during these times. And I wish everyone a happy, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving.
I bet I know who that is. They didn't identify themselves.
Lisa Stahl.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're like,
No, I know who it was.
Listen, I could not be more grateful for Lisa Stahl. She has saved me this pandemic.
So let's listen to this next one. Okay.
Hi, I'm calling with what I'm grateful for. And I would like to do a call out to all the people, all the activists and volunteers who are putting in time and energy to make the world a better place. We need that so much. And I so admire people who are really putting their shoulders to the wheel, especially a certain Belchertown power couple that I know. Thank you all. Bye.
Oh, I know who that is, but I'm not going to say because they didn't identify themselves. But thank you so much for that lovely message. That was very sweet.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's listen to this next one, okay? We got a couple more left to go. This is so exciting.
It's like unwrapping presents.
It is like unwrapping presents.
Because we don't know what they are.
That's a great metaphor. Okay, here's the next present. Stomping Jen, our Thanksgiving present.
I love it.
Maybe this one will be cranberry jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, Brad. Hi, Jen.
Hey, it's Mark Allen Miller.
And Elizabeth McDuffie.
From the Meat for Tea Cast.
We want to tell you what we're grateful for.
Well, we're back in our apartment after 6 months.
Most of our vinyl has been packed.
That's a really good thing. Fresh paint on the walls.
We have really cute ottomans.
And we have our health.
All of the above. And we're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner for two with Zoom visits with relatives.
Yeah.
We promote doing that.
So we're making the best of everything that's weird. And we hope everybody else is well and happy. And thank you so much for what you guys do.
Love you guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you.
That was so sweet. I love that.
Mark and Elizabeth from Meat for Tea.
Yeah, and they're finally home
after
their home fire, which is so great.
And if you want to listen to a really fun, I think it was almost 2 hours.
It was a long episode. It was really great.
Go back and look in our archives. You'll find it. It's the Meat for Tea episode.
Mm-hmm.
They were great guests. But thank you for calling in and leaving that message. That was sweet. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's listen to this next one. I'm excited to see who this is from, actually.
Hey there, it's JC, and I'm responding to your gratitude collection. Long time, Brad. Hi to Jen. Given that, man, I have and am grateful for more than I could probably leave in this message before you cut me off. Instead, I distilled a few of these crazy, spattering, rambling thoughts into a simple tanka. I thought it would be a little more succinct. So here it is. This lush earth cradles the daily heft of my souls. Beneath soft birdsong, the breath of creek, trees, humus dances through our one house. Alas, that's what I've got. Hope you guys have a great, great family holiday and stay safe. Namaste.
Thank you so much,
oh
JC.
Oh my God. I've got chills.
I know. I am. Me too.
Literal chills.
I know. Thank you for taking the time to do that. That was beautiful. Thank you. And that form of poetry was called a tanka.
Tanka.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Okay. Okay, let's listen to our next one. We got 2 more to go after this. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Sawtooth and Stomping Jen. This is your cousin Heather calling to express my gratitude for family in general, but especially my cousins. You included Sawtooth, of course. So many of my favorite childhood memories are our vacations together and just laughing hysterically and really looking up to all 3 of you so much. And I'm so grateful to still be close and to be able to see our children growing up together and having those same memories and experiences. And I'm also very grateful for my dog, Ripple. She gets me outside all the time, and she shows me what it means to be grateful for the simple things in life and to enjoy each moment and to really revel in the wonder of nature. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Miss you both.
Oh, thank you, Heather. We love you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we love that crazy Ripple.
She's so cute.
Yeah, she's the cutest dog. Yeah, thank you so much. I don't want to start crying.
Please don't.
I already have.
Did you? A little bit? Yeah. All right, let's listen to this next one.
Heather again. This message is specifically for Stomping Jen and not for the podcast. I'm only calling because I realized I made it sound like I'm only grateful for my 3 cousins, but I'm also grateful to you, Stomping Jen, and all of the spouses. I only said 3 cousins because I was specifically talking about childhood memories and reflecting on those. But obviously, Stomping Jen, I love you very dearly. And I'm so grateful and thankful that you and Sawtooth Frank are such amazing, wonderful, lifelong partners for each other. And I love you. Okay, bye.
In a row.
I love her. I also want to point out that Heather was my very first interview on this podcast. The very first person who believed in me enough to sit down with me and actually have a conversation.
I had a conversation with
you. No, you know what I mean? Like
yes,
an actual interview about a topic. Thank you. I love you. Okay, last one.
And I didn't feel left out, Heather.
All right, last one. We ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. And just before I play this, I'm not going to go back and edit out all instances of my government name, Brad, in case people are wondering who this Brad character is. It's me, Sawtooth. Hopefully you all know that by now, but anyways.
Government name.
Yeah. So, if you hear, that's me.
Got it.
Okay. In case it wasn't clear.
All right, Sawtooth.
All right. Ready?
Play the message.
Okay. What did you say?
Play the message.
I don't take orders from you, Space Unicorn.
Now you do.
Okay, I'll play it.
What am I grateful for? I can say all the normal things like health and job and all that kind of stuff. But I think what I'm most grateful for this year of all years is that I've got to spend so much time with my kids. And don't get me wrong, they drive me crazy. But being cooped up with them and being stuck with them, as some would say, has really been such a gift because I feel like I know them better. I spend more time with them, obviously, because I can't get away from them. But I just feel like I'm so grateful for this time because if this was a normal year, we would have been running around like crazy. I'd barely see my kids a few hours a day. They'd be in and out in sports and everything. And I'm just grateful for how everything slowed down and made me really appreciate the wonderful people that I have in my family.
That was awesome.
That one made me cry.
Yeah, it did. I have no idea. You're bawling, Stomping Jen. I have no idea who that was, but it was
Murray's
beautiful.
Keeper.
Oh, it was Murray's Keeper?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Murray's Keeper. Yeah.
It's true, and it made me feel the same way about Ted and Space Unicorn. So thank you, Murray's Keeper.
I'm just sitting with all of that.
I know.
Those lovely messages.
They were so beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you to each and every one of you who took some time out of your lives to do that and leave those sentiments.
It's truly beautiful and such a great gesture.
And we have such amazing people in our lives.
Yeah. I can't tell you how meaningful that is. And thank you. We hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving as well. And to everybody else listening to this. So, sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a little choked up over here, Stomping Jen. All right, so this I'm going to read is a little long. It might take a while to get through, but I really want to read this. And it's from actually our friend JC, who read that beautiful Tonka. And I just want to give a little background to this. Every quarter, like every season, JC sends this letter out
with articles and clippings
and pictures.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like the most beautiful little packages that we get.
And I really look forward to these. Mostly because nobody sends these types of communications anymore. So there's that element to it, and also JC is just like a amazing writer. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do justice in my reading of this, but I'm going to try. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. I'm going to actually put on my pastoral piano music. I want to put on a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Whoops, wrong music.
That's like the sad music.
Sad music.
All right, here we go. Okay. All right. Okay, are we ready? This is titled Mid-Fall 2020. Okay. I arose early this morning to the crispness of autumn's touch. The sun hovering just above a thicket of trees across the creek. Our home and hillside still in shadow. Feeling as if a deep breath has been taken in and held. I stoked the fire and, with a cup of hot coffee, made my way down to the pond for a visit with the fish, holding strong to a full silent space, embracing it softly, and only then heading off to the din of chores and feedings. As is often the case, a spider had woven an intricate and dew-laced web across the fenced opening in the goat paddock. With the permeating unrest and divisiveness in our world at large, it stirred in me an image of Indra's net, in which the universe is given as a vast net, and at each vertex of the singular fibers sits a jewel, and each multifaceted jewel is reflected in every other jewel, and every other jewel is reflected in each jewel ad infinitum. Such is the vast interconnectedness of all beings, and so it is. How do we breathe in and embrace the whole of each other? Wood season is upon us. Elle and I work side by side, cutting and splitting and stacking our store of firewood for the extending cold spell. Its rhythmic work in my mind wanders and roams. Shifting thoughts, attuning to the weight of the logs, their resonance and timbre, as they tumble atop one another. I've found myself ruminating a great deal about cause and effect, action and non-action, consequence and courage and integrity. How tightly to hold on to an idea. What if I'm right? What if I'm wrong? I'm thinking that I'm not yet curious enough. that I'm still not able to ask enough questions and hold the space for the answers that are not my own, that I'm often not yet strong enough to push away my own needs and judgments and fears and just listen, to lose my teeth into a soft-lipped carry. Are you? What we know matters, but who we are matters more. Brené Brown. Up until recently, there had been a speckling here and there of leaves dropped free. But now, in fickle winds and chill, they're tumbling in mini bursts, echoing cautionary sounds of winter's approach. I've been framing out an addition to the alpaca shelter. While I set about notching the roof joists, a towering oak sent off flocks of its curled orphans. They landed in an ochre mosaic around my tools, and in the next moment, with a mercurial gust, all such design vanished, just as the wee red-tailed hawk landed in my path as I strolled along the drive, and within seconds flew out of sight. My days, our days, consist of these keen and minute moments, the ephemeral shaggy ink cap, the exquisite bend of a nodding foxtail as a bit of sun breaks through the clouds, wonder, joy, unexpected chuckles, chills upon walking to an emberless wood fire, death witnessed and felt to the bone, spots of sunshine and flashes of squall, impermanence, change, never boredom, always a sense of connection. Tonight, by a soothing creekside campfire, I can hear travelers on the road north of the Kashikwa, the roar of a motorcycle as it crests the hill, the clip-clop of an Amish carriage heading home as another gorgeous fall day draws to a close. There is a thinning now, a slanting of tight light. My labradoodle, Luna, is crouched beside the grape arbor, staring skyward from the base of a sycamore tree. She's not an ounce curious about the falling leaves, but intent on the gray squirrel that leapt there 10 minutes ago. She is patient, zeroed in, unperturbed by the global discord. She waits, focuses, stays in the moment. This moment I share with her, of crackling fire, wavering creek, and hickory nuts bouncing off the chicken coop roof like firecrackers. Namaste. JC.
I want to go visit.
Right.
I want to see the alpacas.
Wow.
I look forward to these letters. They are just, I don't know, they're jaw-droppingly beautiful.
That's truly moving. I'm blessed to be able to hear that.
So what do we think, Stomping Jen?
I love her.
We're coming to the end here of our episode.
I am just so grateful for this past year, although tumultuous it has been. I feel like there's just been so much community and creativity and, I don't know, time.
Yeah.
It's a horrible thing, but it was...
What's a horrible thing?
Just the pandemic itself,
yeah.
You know? But, you know, the gift of time.
Right. But I think...
And reflection and, you know, the reset and the opportunity for a reset that our world has been...
Yeah. There's
given.
A lot to be thankful for, isn't there?
There is a lot to be thankful
And I think that's what I'm taking away from this episode.
Yeah.
As we sit here and go into this week where we stop and contemplate thankfulness and gratitude. There's so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah. I want to process this. This is a lot.
I want to say thank you to you, Stomping Jen,
for
being my constant co-host, my constant life partner.
I thought you were going to be grateful for helping you figure out how to get people to call in and leave messages.
That too. That too.
Space Unicorn is out.
Space Unicorn has left the studio. I'm grateful that she knows when to put herself to bed.
Is she going to bed?
I believe she is. So, so much to be grateful for. Mm-hmm. Ted, any thoughts as we go out? Thoughts on gratitude, thankfulness, Thanksgiving week coming up?
I think it's important to practice gratitude and to reflect upon what you're grateful for. Science has shown that can be beneficial to your health. Also, remember the intent of Thanksgiving. Don't just make sure you are also focusing on making sure you contact your family and reach out to your loved ones.
Okay, that's good.
And we love you.
Good advice. Yes, we do love you, Ted.
Mm-hmm.
We love Space Unicorn, who's not here to receive our
love,
declarations of love
and gratefulness.
But nonetheless, we still love Space Unicorn. So on that, I think I'm going to wrap us towards a close, Stomping Jen.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say we love our listeners.
To our listeners, as we say every week, we love you. Thank you for listening. And thank you for helping us build this small community of Soft Serve podcast listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Each and every one of you. I am only speaking for myself here, but I am full of gratitude that you would take even a minute out of your day to listen to anything I have to say to you. So thank you. Thank you for giving your time. Thank you for giving your mental space to us here.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of podcasts to choose from out there.
Yeah. So thank you. We appreciate it. And I'm a firm believer too, and I'll say this, everybody has a story. Mm-hmm. Everybody is interesting.
Everybody.
All it takes is an amazing podcast host
to get
that out of them. So if you have a story and you want to talk to us,
yeah, we want to talk to you.
We want to talk to you. So anyways, we love you.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. America knows that this world of ours, ever growing smaller, must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate. Those who have freedom will understand also its heavy responsibility. That all who are insensitive to the needs of others will learn charity, and that the sources, scourges of poverty, disease, and ignorance will be made disappear from the earth. And that in the goodness of time, all peoples will come to live together in a peace guaranteed